Welcome to the Street Report.
36. His best against Denver, 20. So Doug Moe showing some concern. Can we listen?
Once every fucking time. Shit, there's a bunch of horse shit. You want to shoot the fucking ball, the goddamn run back defense. Now let's play. Play together. There's 5 guys out there. Pass and cut and move. Other damn game. Shit, let's not get down here ragtag time and shoot the fucking ball.
Doug Moe, I can't talk over him, gentlemen. Doug Moe telling his team what he thinks of their play, and he was quite explicit in his remarks, and I don't blame him.
Yeah, BU polygraphic. We about to take it to the basket, huh? Who the next league champions?
Go, Spurs, go.
Let's get it live, y'all.
Go, Spurs, go.
One more time, y'all.
Go, Spurs, go.
We gon' shine, it's on in San Antonio. We bringing them rings home, right? Y'all ain't ready at all. Now let's ball.
Blazy, how's it going, man?
What up, G?
Man, doing good. Well, you're still with me because Lex is out of town, so I hope this is all right.
Yeah, that's perfect, man. I love coming over here and doing these podcasts.
Yeah, man, cool. So, you been listening to anything new lately?
Just the same old.
Yeah.
Been listening to Conway a lot. West Side Gun.
Oh yeah. He just got signed with
Shady.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Oh, definitely, man. No, it's good to see somebody with talent getting. You got to give it to Shady. Like people try to hate on him left and right, man.
Nah,
but
man, you
I
can't
mean,
hate on that.
You can't hate on this dude, man.
When I was a kid, I was like, if I'm gonna sign to any label, it's gonna be Shady Aftermath.
Nah, come on, man. When you was a kid, Slim Shady was a
like
kid,
15
dude.
Nah, he's a little bit older than me. He's like 44.
Yeah, he is. I think so. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, but not much. I mean, we're getting close.
7
bro.
years older.
We're getting close. So, how's everything else, man? A good reason why I got you on the show today is I'm gonna talk to Doug Moe.
Yeah.
And as you know, he coached the Spurs from '76 to 1980, and then he went on to
Coach of the Year, right?
Yeah, Coach of the Year, 1988 with the Denver Nuggets.
I've done a little coaching before myself, but it's nothing like that. You know what I mean?
Well, that's how we met.
Yeah.
Because you were coaching my son's basketball team, and I saw that Ruler Y shirt. I'm like, wait a minute.
I was rocking the gear that day.
Yeah, good thing, man.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, that's what put you here now with me. Yeah, ain't that something?
Yeah.
It's a trip. When you look back on your life and moments.
I pretty much balance my life with like music, family, and basketball.
Yeah.
So like, we have those three things in common, and it's pretty awesome. So.
Yeah. Well, I never really been into playing basketball.
Yeah, you don't like ball. I forgot, but I'm talking about like with your son though.
Yeah. You know what? It's not that I don't like ball though. It's like. Because basketball is one of the only sports that I'll sit down and watch.
Mm-hmm.
If the Spurs are playing, I'll definitely watch a Spurs game, and I can get into it like a little bit. I kind of understand more now. Like I used to not be into sports like at all, so it tripped me out like how people would get so into them. But I do enjoy a Spurs game, and and when the score is real tight. You get antsy,
You've been to a Spurs game, right?
Yeah, I have been to a Spurs game, and I'll say that too, man. Enjoying a game live is totally different. Like I even enjoy the kids' games more than like watching games on TV. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can respect that.
Cause you're right there in there. You're feeling the energy. Yeah, and it's pretty cool. Like I like. You know what sport is really cool to watch live is hockey.
Yeah, I've been to some Rampage games.
Man, hockey is dope live. People don't realize all the shit that's going on off screen.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, it's pretty brutal.
Yeah, for sure. If you've never been to a hockey game, I strongly suggest. Yeah, it's something else.
It's hard for me to get into hockey because I grew up here in San Antonio and it's never been frozen cold.
Let's get it live, y'all. Spurs, yeah, one more time, y'all. Spurs, go. We gon' shine, it's on in San Antonio. We bringing them rings home, right? Spurs. get it live, y'all.
Spurs go.
One more time, y'all.
Spurs go.
We gon' shine his own in San Antonio. We bringing them rings home, right?
What I see is a man who, at a pretty young age, decided what he wanted for himself and stayed focused to ensure that that's what his life was going to be. A little bit, maybe not.
You know, I'd like to say, boy, that sounds good, and that's
Yeah.
what it is. I don't think I had a clue what I wanted to do.
Oh, okay.
Or what eventually I wanted to do. Everything kind of went along and
Well, let me put it
just
this
fell
way.
in place. But it's amazing. I didn't even think of being a pro player or
No.
coach or anything. No. So it's
So maybe the way
so
I
my
was,
whole life has been just the opposite
Yeah.
of what you said.
well, maybe what I should have said then was you kind of knew what you didn't want to do, and you steered clear of that. How's that?
Sounds good. I didn't want to work.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So when you were younger, I guess baseball was actually your first sports love, though, right?
Baseball was my first sports love. I was a big Brooklyn Dodger fan growing up in Brooklyn, and basketball, I was a schoolyard player. Didn't go out for my high school team. It's just back then you had in Brooklyn there were neighborhoods: Catholic neighborhood, Jewish neighborhood,
Right.
Irish neighborhood. You know,
Yeah, they were all separated.
everything was separated. Black neighborhoods, it just totally separated. So I lived in a Catholic neighborhood and played in the schoolyards all the time. And it just so happened I didn't know any of the guys on the team. All of them came from a Jewish neighborhood. In
Yeah.
fact, when I did play at Erasmus, there were 13 Jewish guys and myself, a Protestant. So that was my senior year, and the last 5 games my junior year. I actually didn't go out for the team or anything. I was in the gym class, and the baseball coach
Yeah.
sent me and another guy to the basketball coach to try out for the team.
Like maybe a little too tall for this, right?
Otherwise, I don't know what I would have done. I didn't have any ambition really to be anything.
Yeah.
That sounds terrible, but that's, I was immature, young, just enjoyed life and enjoyed hanging out in the schoolyards.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah. What was New York like for you at that time, like in Brooklyn?
Well, we're going back to the 50s.
Yeah.
And it was great for me. Every day, after the school year, you'd be down to the schoolyard between 8 and 9 in the morning. You're playing all day, whether it's basketball, touch football,
Yeah.
softball. You got to understand that we're on concrete, no grass anywhere where I
Right.
lived, so we didn't get to play baseball.
Yeah.
Most of the time, it was just softball on asphalt, and then during the summer, we'd play sometimes in the morning, get down to the beach, which wasn't that far, about a half hour.
Yeah.
Get down to the beach in the afternoon, and so it was just a fun time during the school year. As soon as school was out, bingo, you're down the schoolyard playing basketball usually after school. So
Yeah.
it was kind of if you like sports,
It was a good
for
place to
me,
be.
It was a great place because there was always someone to play, and
Yeah.
I played the guys in my neighborhood, the guys my age, not one single guy in my group played basketball.
Really?
So I played with the guys they were all 30, right around 28 to 32. I played, and I was 17,
Yeah.
18, so I got to play with them, which actually probably helped. And,
Probably, yeah.
But my guys played, the guys my age, we played softball and touch football and anything you could play on asphalt.
Right. Yeah.
We had to go a long way to play play on dirt fields or grass fields.
Yeah. So that wasn't happening too often. So I guess you played basketball in college.
Played in college. I had to go to prep school a year. I wasn't, like I said, I was kind of, how would you put it, immature, loose cannon and stuff. I didn't graduate from high school.
Okay.
I was too busy having fun, so I had to go to prep school for a year.
Yeah.
And it was Bullis Prep, and right outside of Washington, D.C. Went there a year, and then went to Carolina for 4 years. That was from 57 to 61. So I finished there in 61, but I hadn't. My academic standing was not real good. So when I went to finish school, which was a couple years later, I transferred to Elon College, went 2 more years, 2 summer schools, both sessions, and finally graduated.
Yeah.
I went to a total of 6 years, 5 summer schools, both sessions every year.
Wow.
And finally graduated.
You almost could have been a doctor.
Lordy, how come? I could have been anything. I could have been a doctor, lawyer, Indian chief, you name it.
Indian chief. Well,
that's.
And then, so from there, how'd you get into you did like an international league, right? You were playing in Italy?
What happened, I was at Elon College, finishing school, and the group from Italy came over to try and get Billy Cunningham to go over there. Well, Billy Cunningham was going to the Sixers that year, and they came over and saw Coach Smith at Carolina, and they wanted to talk to Billy. He said, well, Billy's going to the pros. You want to go over and get Doug Moe over.
Yeah.
I was assistant coach at Elon College then. At the time, you want to get him. So they came over, and they said, would you like to play in Italy? Come back for a week and kind of try out, basically, is what it was. So I asked my teachers. At this time, I was going to class, and I was doing good. And so I asked teachers if I could go there for a week, and I think it was the next day I was off to Italy.
Yeah.
So I went over there for a week, and then came back, talked to Big Jane, and we decided we'd go ahead and do that for a year, and ended up there 2 years. Great 2 years.
Good experience.
It was terrific. And you met David. He's David's 52 or something now, but he was one and a half.
Wow.
Doug, the oldest boy, was 3.
Yeah.
When we took off for Italy.
Well, you guys must have started making babies pretty quick then, because
we were fairly young. You know, it's a lot. We were 23 or so. But we, let's see, I'm 78 now. So,
been together 55 years.
55 years.
Yeah.
23 sounds good.
Yeah.
That was a great experience. That was, in fact, we've been back a couple of times. The last time we had a big reunion, which was, it was just about 50 years since, what was it, since I had played there? I played there in the mid-'60s.
Wow.
And so it was around, we had a big reunion. It was like 8 of the 12 guys there, and they had a big city thing. It was it's kind of neat.
Yeah. So from there, the ABA.
From there, I was in Italy, and Carolina was in Lexington or Louisville in the NCAA Final Four.
Yeah.
And Coach Smith, Larry Brown, and Babe McCarthy were there. They're in an office or the room or something, and they called me and said, hey, they're starting a new league. The ABA, do you want to play and stuff? And, Larry said, if you play, I'll play. I said, well, if you play, I'll play. One of those deals.
So you both ended up playing.
And they said, oh, I'd never get off the ground. So that was after my second year, the end of my second year in Italy. So said, okay. So when I came back, Larry and I went down to sign for New Orleans.
Yeah.
And they had a big deal. It was kind of neat and stuff. And we each got a $5,000 bonus check.
Man.
Run to the bank.
Yeah.
Said, hey, the thing was good. So
yeah,
we said, well, if the league isn't going to go, they're giving away money.
We'll take it.
So that's how we ended up starting in the ABA, which turned out to be amazing in itself.
So you're playing in the ABA with Larry Brown. Now, you guys had quite the relationship, huh? When did you guys start hanging out?
We started, he was in college, he was he was a sophomore when I was a senior. So basically then, because we played together then, and we were good friends, and started hanging out his sophomore year, my senior year mostly. And
yeah.
Then we got back together and played at New Orleans, Oakland, and then I went to Carolina, he went to Virginia. And after we finished playing, my knees were shot. He got the coaching job with Carolina Cougars. So I ended up going with him as assistant coach to the Carolina Cougars.
Yeah.
And that's what basically started me off on the coaching career.
Yeah.
Which I had no clue I wanted to do up to that point.
Right.
Yeah. I was going to play till I was 90.
Yeah.
I never thought ahead very far. And,
well, when you're in your 20s, you don't think about your knees,
No, I was in my 30s, early 30s.
Right.
And the knees went, and I said, whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do I do now?
Kind of a shaker to your.
You know what? I've been fortunate, and it just everything came in place. When my knees went bad, Larry got the job. I knew I was going to be his assistant coach.
Yeah.
So it was like you go from one thing for another without even, any hesitation or time in between. It was
perfect. Yeah.
So it worked out pretty good.
Yeah. Well, that's good too, because otherwise you might have went through
no
a bit of an emotional slump. Yeah, because
No, at that time I wasn't capable of emotional slumps.
Really, even with something
too
like
naive,
that, huh?
too dumb, and too just enjoyed life.
Yeah.
Nothing bothered me really. So I was fortunate in that way also.
Yeah.
Because, but good times. Italy, the ABA was terrific. Didn't know how good it was until it ended, really.
So what were some of the differences between ABA and NBA at the time?
The camaraderie was just, you were just close to everybody.
Yeah.
It just, everybody knew everybody. The owners, everybody. You got to the NBA, and at the NBA at that time, the perception that it was so great and stuff, they had more players than the ABA, but the perception was so off. One of the biggest disappointments my life really was when we went in the NBA.
Really?
This all there is. This is. It was stoic, no camaraderie. It was just a total different feeling. And they didn't bring in some of the ABA rules at first, and until they got Commissioner Stern as the commissioner, that's when the NBA became the NBA and became really what you thought it was. And at that time, the ABA had combined with the NBA, and it was a different league. But when we first went into the NBA, it was a disappointment.
Yeah.
Big disappointment. It was here we were in the ABA and thinking that we're the inferior product and stuff, and everything about it was second class, and the NBA was first class.
Yeah.
Just the opposite.
Really?
Just amazing.
Yeah.
That was different.
You've seen the game change a bit over time. I mean, like a lot of people don't even realize there wasn't 3-pointers back in the days, and
forget the 3-pointers.
Yeah.
Forget all that stuff. There wasn't that stuff. But the biggest change in basketball, by far, that no one ever mentions, is dribbling the ball. Dribbling the ball is the biggest change by far. Back in those days, you had to dribble with your hand on top. You got a little to the right. You can do few things with it, but not very much.
Yeah.
Nowadays, they can go wherever they want with the ball. They can carry it. They hold it back, And
is that because of rules or just players aggressing?
No, the rules. The rules change. They let it go. It used to be a palming violation. Every time your hand didn't look like it was on the very top of the ball.
Oh, wow.
If you watch old pictures of, and I kid Larry about it too, is dribbling.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks, little 10-year-old kid can dribble 10 times better than Kuzi ever could. and he is the greatest of the game, the greatest playmaker, greatest ball handler of the game back then.
Yeah.
And couldn't compete with a 10-year-old.
Oh,
That's just, you got to look at some old films and stuff. It's hysterical. It's funny, but now. You're watching a game. Guy can do whatever he wants with it. He can't just put his hand totally underneath it.
Right.
But you can be dribbling fast, kind of stop, palm it back a little bit, and then go again, and just hit on the side, everything. But that's changed the game totally. That's the biggest change in basketball that nobody ever mentions.
And for the better, I guess you would say, for sure,
geez,
because you were one of the first coaches, I believe, to really move the ball a lot. Like
it was. I'm sure others did it before, but we did it. We really didn't have any plays. And we played a fast tempo. Our thing was to get it, score or rebound, get it up the court as quick as possible. Don't let the defense set, all that type of stuff. And we just kept the pace fast. And if we, first guy that passed the ball had to cut through so their defense couldn't set, and then you had to swing it. So you ended up, we played at a fast pace, moving the ball, and
I think you see that more now.
You see it a little bit more now. Yeah. Some teams, they got to run plays, and they stand and hold it, and it's. I like the way the Spurs play the best, their type of game. I mean, they'll run plays, but they also learn to play with each other and really know how to play the game. It's and that was our whole thing. Our practice is concerned to just going over things, out, move the ball, cut, pass.
Yeah.
And back in that day, we never set on the ball screens, which everybody does now.
Right.
Everybody sets screens on the ball. We never did. It was pass, go away, move, just cut off the screens and stuff. So it was different type game, but we liked it, and we had fun with it, and players liked it because you have more possessions, you get to shoot more.
Yeah,
And if you get to shoot more, the players like it.
And it's a little bit less predictable, I suppose, too.
It's a lot less predictable.
Yeah.
We back when we first started, if I wasn't so dumb and told people that we didn't run plays, we had some guys would put up all our plays on the board. We'd have players that came to us telling us that the different plays we ran, and they weren't plays. They were just spontaneous. But that was it was different type style back then.
Yeah. So you coached the Spurs from 1976 to 1980.
76 to 80, 4 years. Good teams.
Yeah,
Real
good years,
good teams.
good team.
Good guys. Most of those guys are still here, amazingly enough.
Yeah.
When you think back of it.
Yeah.
Gervin, Mike Gale, Keenan, Silas, Oberding. There's more. Not Griffin, but he didn't play with me. He came like the next year.
Yeah.
But there's 7 or 8 of them that still live here. That's going back from the 70s.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
You keeping in touch?
Most play. Oh yeah, I run into all of them every once in a while and stuff. So it's kind of neat. I see, although I haven't seen them lately, I used to pick my granddaughter up to go to school early in the morning. It was kind of dark. It'd be in the wintertime, and there's Keenan running along the road out there at Bernie Stage Road.
Yeah.
Catch him early in the mornings.
Right.
So, it's pretty neat. Most of the guys from there just liked it here and stayed here.
Yeah, well, you too. Antonio Daniel's still here. I mean, I think San Antonio's got a lot to offer.
I like it. It's laid back.
Yeah.
It's a fun city. It's alive. People are friendly.
Yeah.
It's. I like Denver also. Denver's terrific.
Beautiful.
But not nearly as friendly.
Yeah.
As San Antonio. San Antonio is a friendly city.
Southern hospitality that really means something because it's true. It's like the further north you get, the attitude changes.
It changes a little bit.
It's like if I don't know you, you leave me alone. But San Antonio has a very friendly, and then of course prices. It's still not.
Oh, it's cheap if you compare it to other parts of the country,
New York,
especially
LA,
big cities. Stuff like that, but I like the whole atmosphere of San Antonio.
Yeah. So from San Antonio, you went on to coach the Denver Nuggets, and 1988, Coach of the Year.
I was San Antonio. I was in Denver from 80 to 90.
Yeah.
Yeah, and had good teams there. Was very lucky. Always had really good teams.
Yeah.
Had tough position a lot of time in Denver. There was always LA with Magic and Kareem, so it's always tough to get over the hump. And but our teams were always competitive, good, had real good players. So fortunate in that respect also. You can get stuck with, you got no chance as a coach if you don't have players with some ability. And
how do you feel like your coaching techniques evolved and changed through the years? Because I know in the beginning you may have been a little rough on some players, huh?
I was awful on the court. I was awful.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it again. Wouldn't want to do it again. I'd yell and scream and stuff. Never got on anybody. Never yelled at them at practice.
Yeah.
Or anything. It was just
the stress of the game itself.
Just during the games, I'd go off. And in fact, players in Denver would, if we get a new player, they said, "Now, you got to understand. Coach is going to go off.
Yeah.
Just don't pay any attention to it. And just, but it was, oh gosh, I'd be yelling at my best friends.
Yeah.
You know, just get caught up in a moment and stuff. It's not a good way to coach. I was fortunate to get away with it because I was so close to them. They got to know me and they knew that I didn't, like, I'm sure after the games, I'd be driving home with Jane and I'm miserable. I'm so, oh God, I gotta quit this. I'm yelling at all my friends. I know they're driving home saying that idiot was at it again. You know, they didn't give it. It was, but that was, I couldn't help it.
Right.
It was just one of those things. I get emotionally caught up into the game and just.
Well, and I think it seems to me that it's something like, it's almost like you're more likely to get that way with someone that you do care about, in a sense that you're passionate about.
Yeah, I don't really know. I don't know the reasons for it. All I know is I wouldn't do it if I.
Because it wasn't just the players.
I couldn't help it.
You and Larry used to go back and forth.
Oh, Larry and I used to, and
you know,
sometimes with other coaches and stuff, referees. And the funny part was, I don't know how many times I ran into people that said, "Oh, we sit right behind the bench. It's great and all this," and they'd be with their kids and stuff. I say, "You're not sitting there with your kids." It's it was an experience. It was really emotionally draining.
Yeah.
It was, if I had it to do over again, I would never do it that way. Yeah. If I could help myself.
Well, you know, like I said, I think it was more just passion for the game that you know were emotionally invested.
It was definitely passion because at practices we'd have a good time. Yeah. You know, if someone screwed up, hey, we gotta do this. It wasn't no yelling ever.
Yeah.
Just during games, only during games.
Like you flick a switch on for the game. Well, so I can see the knee surgery, by the way. That's
a couple of beautiful knees.
Yeah.
That's 2 knee replacements. They were it was my last year, and then when I went with Larry the next year coaching, well, I got my knee operated on. They told me I was going to have. At that time, they didn't have knee replacements.
Yeah.
And they said eventually I was going to have a straight leg.
Like they'd fuse it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Or they're working on this new thing that maybe years down the road you have it, which was the new knees.
Oh.
And so, gosh, I was 50 when I got the first one done. They said it was too young. I said, it's just awful. I couldn't hardly walk, couldn't bend my knee, couldn't straighten it. It was getting worse and worse. So when I finally got it done, I got it done in Utah with Dr. Dunn, who it was great and must have done an absolutely fabulous job because my left one, I'm 78 now, and I got it done when I was 50, 28 years, and they didn't know whether they're going to last 10, 12, 15. A lot of people, most people had to get them redone and stuff. So that one was, it's been 28 years now, and the other one I got done when I was 56. And so that one's been more 22 years or whatever. So they're holding up, and every time I go to a doctor now and if they do an x-ray on it, they put it up on the screen, and first thing they say to the nurse is, when was the last time you saw one of these?
You got an old model, huh?
The old model, but it's been a good one. I can't complain.
Well, they don't make hardly anything like they used to.
It's like a Model T4.
Yeah. Well, they keep going and going. That's good. So, I guess what are you into nowadays? just enjoying life with the wife.
Enjoying life. I'm big into fantasy football and fantasy baseball.
Yeah.
Just to my fantasy football this year was a total disaster.
Uh-huh.
So I've been working on my fantasy baseball since December. And we got Doug and I do it together, and my oldest son and David will do it with us also sometimes. But we do about let's see, we're doing 5 drafts this year, 5 big fun drafts. That consumes my time. So basically, it's a great time, except for the fact that you're getting so old you can't do the things you used to do.
Yeah.
You just hang out with the grandkids. Jane and I hang out together, travel, do whatever we want. You're free to go when you want, where you want, and
that's great.
It's been good. So between the fantasy baseball and football, traveling, the grandkids, it's kind of it's a pretty fun life. I can't complain.
There you go. Yeah, my mom says the most aggravating part of getting old is inside. You don't feel it, like your brain says, I still want to do this, but you just physically, you can't. And
my brain stopped doing that 3 years
did
ago.
It?
Really, up to 75, I felt, even though I couldn't do stuff, I was, I felt like I could do it.
Yeah.
Now I'm a lot smarter, and realization has set in.
Yeah.
Oh man, things get a lot tougher. I mean, the last 3, like just a simple thing, like I'd walk on the treadmill, say 3 years ago, maybe up to 2 years ago, at 2.5 miles, 3.7 on the treadmill.
Wow.
No problem. I was going to do that till I was 80. Well, now, if I get on the treadmill now, if I went at 3.0, if I made a mile, I'd be lucky.
Yeah.
I mean, I got to go slower, and I'll walk around the neighborhood here, and we got hills over there that call Heart Attack Hill. So by the time I get up top of Heart Attack Hill, I just about had one.
Yeah.
And it's, but everything is more difficult, which as you get older, it's supposed to be.
That's just the way it is.
That's it. It's still fun.
There's things that none of us can get around. Huh?
No. And like my wise guy sons, Dad, just get in shape.
Yeah, it's just that easy.
Hey, let me tell you something. You hit a certain point, you don't get in shape anymore. You can work out. You can't. You're just hoping to maintain part of it.
Right.
There's no getting in shape or improving once you hit a certain point.
Oh, man. It happens to all of us. I'm a young guy still, but... it's already.
Oh, you don't even have to think of where I am.
Yeah, every once in a while, man, my fingers start to, I feel arthritis starting to creep in. I'm like, man. And my mom's got it terrible. So, it's
Is
like,
that right?
it's going to happen. It's like inevitable. So, if you could talk to a young kid who's thinking that he wants to be in the, like my son right now, I'm going to be in the NBA. What are you going to do? I'm going to be in the NBA. Okay. I mean, what do you say to the kids?
Well, I'd say first thing, make sure you go to class, go to school, do great, do as well as you can, do as much work as you can, prepare. Yeah. And then whatever sport you're into, you got to love it, and you got to be playing it all the time. And if you don't love it, just don't be thinking to the future.
Right.
It's hard for me to think that way because I never thought as a kid. Yeah. I never thought of being in the pros or playing in the pros. I love the pros. Well, I was a big fan. I was a big Duke Snyder fan and Dodger fan. I could tell you everything there is to know about the Brooklyn Dodgers, but never dreamed of being one. You know, but so the main thing is whatever you're doing, just play all the time. Get the and say I was fortunate that I grew up in the schoolyards. I got to play all the time, unsupervised. You know, where you're just playing, you learn things, you pick up things. You know, not just supervised 5-on-5. In fact, I played in the church leagues. You played 5-on-5, but most of my game, my whole growing up, was 3-on-3. Yeah. That's all I ever played was 3-on-3, you know, as far as basketball is concerned. But whatever, you know, and before they built the projects, where this is going back to when I was, I guess, 10, 11, 12, maybe 13, we had open fields. We had a couple of different ball fields there. Then they built the 2,800 family projects, which is huge, monstrous. That's why I ended up playing on asphalt my entire career. But
probably wasn't good for the knees.
When I no, I kind of doubt it. But I was the we had a real good softball team also, and every player on the team except me would slide on asphalt.
Oh gosh!
It all slide. Guys, crazy. Ain't no way I'm sliding. But every single one of them would slide.
Really? I imagine they lost some skin.
I guarantee. It's been, for me, it's been an easy life because, you know, all I did was play.
Yeah. Well, you never really had a backup plan, right?
Never had a backup plan. Just went from one thing to another. Yeah. And got to play a little semi-pro baseball when I was at Elon College, because a bunch of guys were coming out of the Army going back to school, and a lot of guys had a bunch of minor league players that had finished and going back to school. So ended up playing with them around Carolina. The different towns had teams and stuff.
That
was kind of neat. It was that was a fun time of while I was going to school at Elon and stuff. Was very fortunate there. Also, had a real good coach who's passed away. Was one of the great all-time characters. Bill Miller.
Bill Miller.
Bill Miller.
Oh, that's funny. Not the barbecue guy.
Not the barbecue guy. He's.
Well, let's see. I guess we can get to the wrap-up phase. You on social medias and stuff, or
no?
Not gonna mess with that.
Jane's
stuff?
on Facebook, but she keeps me. She's on with all my players' kids.
Really?
Yeah, guys. A lot of the play, even from here. I think she's on with Keenan's kids. She's on with the Denver players, their kids and stuff. So she keeps me abreast of a lot of news. But no, I don't. I'm not on it at all.
No. Well, people.
I don't tweet and I don't Facebook.
Well, it's probably allowing you to enjoy life a little bit more because
it's been good. Yeah, and I don't. It keeps me. How do you say it? I'm just basically free to go about, do whatever.
Yeah.
Not have to worry about what I say. Never put anything in print.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't get in trouble.
Right.
Right. For what you say and stuff. So
you don't have to stress out about negative comments made by
exactly
people
right.
that you don't even know. Yeah, seriously. And you're still Googleable. I'll tell you that much. Because if you Google Doug Moe,
someone told me a long time ago. They Googled me. I said, "Oh my gosh!" It's like hearing myself. I knew when I was a kid, my best friend at the time had a tape recorder, and I heard myself on tape recorder.
You always hate your own voice.
I don't ever want to hear myself talk again.
It happens to everybody, man. I'm a musician and I sing and rap and stuff, and I can't. I still don't like to hear myself back. But other people like it.
Well, that's a good thing.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Yep. So I feel you. But yeah, the first video that pops up is one of your colorful speeches to your players.
One time, I'll tell you, it was halftime, and in our locker room, we had our locker room like, say it was this room, big regular locker room.
Yeah.
And there was a door there and a little cubicle where my office was, and then I'd have the press conference after the game and stuff.
Yeah.
So at halftime of this game, I don't think we were doing too good. And I'm slightly upset. The players go out. So I go into the office, and my trainer and two of the doctors, the regular doctor and the orthopedic doctor, and another guy. There was 4 of them in there, and they're laughing like crazy, and I'm ticked off.
Yeah.
And I said, "Dadgummit, what the heck are you guys laughing about?" And I'm cussing up and stuff, and they cracking up. I said, what? They said, "Well, Coach, we had a little wager on how many times you'd say a certain word." And you surpassed all 4 of us. So,
there you go.
That got me out of my anger mode. It was funny.
I bet. Yeah. Well, that's the passion for the game, man. We all certainly appreciate your passion for the game, and it's good to see that you still have a good passion for life.
And it's fun watching the Spurs do so good, and Popovich.
He's the greatest.
He does an unbelievable job, and he's just a great coach. Just got great players, but does a great job no matter what happens. When guys get hurt, and just does a terrific job having them play together. It's not easy keeping a team playing together like he has for that long. I mean, at the not just at a high rate, at the top rate. He's.
It certainly seems he's got a requirement for the players to kind of really be good team oriented. When a guy comes in that doesn't quite fit the bill, you could see they kind of, after a little while, he phased out. Yeah,
kicks them out.
Exactly. It's like it's good to see the attitude that San Antonio Spurs.
Plus, I like his sense of humor.
Yeah.
I like it when he gets mad.
Yeah. He's not quite as colorful with the words.
He can be evil.
But he can get angry. And he's such a nice guy when you meet him.
Oh, Pop's the best. He's the best.
He's a great guy. Well, I really appreciate you taking the time.
Well, you've done a great job. Terrific job here. It's been fun. Just sometimes I don't like thinking back that far.
I hear you.
No, it's been good. I've got nothing to complain about.
Yeah, that's great. Well, I appreciate it.
And Big Jane thanks me every day.
Yeah?
Oh, thank you, Doug. Thank you. Shut up, woman. I've been very fortunate there. I tell people, it's if you're going to retire, it's not enough to love your wife. Everybody loves their wife. You got to like them.
Right.
Because you're hanging out together a lot.
Hey, well, to make it 55 years, it's a team effort there, too,
Yeah, but she's the bigger part of the team.
Yeah, really?
She did all the work.
Well, you must have made it worth it somehow.
That's why I said, I've always said, that's why I was born a man.
Yeah.
So I didn't have to do anything.
Wow, Doug Moe. That was cool, man. That was really cool to be able to talk to him. Someone who's had so much experience. I mean, the way that the game's changed over the years, from the ABA to the NBA, and then even, who would have thought dribbling would have changed so much? I don't know. I was fascinated by it. If you were too, or if you've liked any of these episodes, man, please like, share, comment, subscribe, all that stuff, especially the sharing. Let people know about the show. You never know who might be interested. And, we're trying to do it for San Antonio. Well, next time I'm going to talk to Joe Cunningham. He's a local San Antonio author. He just recently released the book Stories You Can Sing Along To, and that's available on Amazon for $12.99. Of course, if you get the paperback, then while you're waiting for the paperback, 2 days in the mail, you can also check it out on your Kindle or Kindle app for iOS or Android. So last but not least, before I get out of here, as always, a special song pick. So, of course, going with the theme of basketball, this is my man BU from the legendary hip-hop group The Third, right out of San Antonio, Texas. And this song, Go Spurs Go, was done the year that David Robinson retired. And I believe it got played on the radio a couple times. So here it is, Go Spurs Go by my man BU. Hey, we're out of here. Catch you next time on The Street Report.
Yeah. BU polygraphic. We about to take it to the basket. Huh? Who the next league champions?
Go, Spurs, go.
Let's get it live, y'all.
Go, Spurs, go.
One more time, y'all.
Go, Spurs, go.
We gon' shine. It's on in San Antonio. We bringing them rings home, right?
Y'all ain't ready at all. Now let's ball.
Jump it up, it's going down. Winner take all. Say town ain't playing around. We finna play ball. It's all out war. Y'all chumps, watch out. It's Robinson's neighborhood. Tim Duncan's block. Better watch the shot clock. Time ticking away. See, we the best ball team in the NBA. Now listen to me. It's crucial that you hear what I say. We whipping any opposition that get in our way. See, we rocking with Greg Popovich, coach of the year. Home crowd so loud that they had you holding your ears. It's like the worst nightmare. Yeah, I'm knowing you scared. Spurs hit the hardwood and y'all be choking in fear. So we started with Tony Parker, we backing with Speedy Claxton. Keep it cracking when my man Steven Jackson springing the action. And yeah, I ain't even know about Bowen, just ask Kobe. Who y'all got the hold? My homie Manu Ginobili. Willis and Rose cleaning the glass, just read the stats. Fifth curve, Berry bury them threes from way back. Fact is the Nets ain't ready for this attack. 5-0 going out like a champ, that's that. Work, grind, shine, till we champions. We gon' work, grind, shine. Don't say it can't be done. We gon' work, grind, shine, till we champions. We gon' work, grind, shine. Don't say it can't be done. Come on, go, Spurs, go.
Let's get it live, y'all.
Go, Spurs, go.
Yeah, one more time, y'all.
Go, Spurs, go.
We gon' shine. It's on in San Antonio. We bringing them rings home, right?
Go, Spurs, go.
Let's get it live, y'all.
Go, Spurs, go.
One more time, y'all.
Go, Spurs, go.
We gon' shine. It's on in San Antonio. We bringing them rings home, right?
Once again, it's on. Game time, San Antonio. SBC Center, time to bring it home. 98.5 live on your block. And see the word on the streets since the Spurs is hot. You see, Phoenix couldn't defeat us, so we sent them home. We put a whooping on LA until they cried and moaned. The Mavericks couldn't handle us, we after the throne. Kinda remind me of 99 back in the dome. It ain't a team in the league that can stop the great. We've been doing this all year, y'all just got to hate. But too late, y'all ain't capable of stopping fate. We about about to burn up the nets, y'all just watch and wait. We gon' work, grind, shine, till we champions. We gon' work, grind, shine. Who say it can't be done? Come on, go, Spurs, go.
Let's get it live, y'all.
Go, Spurs, go.
Yeah, one more time, y'all.
Go, Spurs, go.
We gon' shine, it's on in San Antonio. We bringing them rings home, right?
Go, Spurs, go.
Let's get it live, y'all.
Go, Spurs, go.
One more time, y'all.
Go, Spurs, go.
We gon' shine, it's on in